it's our job to expand the rule of Jesus. He delegated that to us. And that rule is expanded through training people to obey him and by being his disciples, by following him. The word disciple can mean learner, follower, but the more you multiply those who are both following and learning about Jesus and those who are training more followers and learners, more apprentices, then you are actively participating in the expansion of the kingdom. Like Brent, you were saying, this is the actual the work that feeds us. And man, I think we need to be kind of zealous and jealous, about this particular topic. There's kind of in the history of the last couple hundred years, there's the movements that have been called nationalism, that are some of the most powerful movements of all history, where people suddenly get up and they get kind of jealous and zealous for their ethnicity, their nation, and they can wreak havoc on the earth when that spirit takes over a people. Um, it's one of the most powerful spirits that exist. The idea that like we have something that is really special. What's really interesting is Jesus turns that on its head. He uses that spirit, but then he uses it instead of conquering people against their will. He then tries to bring them into his kingdom and sends out his emissaries, his ambassadors, with that spirit of like zealousness and desire for everyone to be a part of the same kingdom. The goodness of this kingdom we have in ourselves, instead of saying, okay, we're better than everyone else. It's like, no, what we have is for everyone else. It's an interesting reversal of that spirit, but it's still a world conquering mandate. It's still saying that there is one king worthy of rulership, one king worthy of obedience. And this idea that you just show up to church on Sunday, you hear a sermon, you sing some songs, you go home. There's nothing militaristic about it. There's a sense in which it's just so it's so passive, and it's fundamentally not what Jesus came to do. He didn't come to start a religion. He came to take over the world. But because he is taking over the world in this very unusual way, through really voluntarily bringing people into his kingdom because they choose to surrender to his rulership, that has caused a lot of Christians to become confused about the nature of the faith we're a part of. That we don't understand that it is about discipling the nations and not just about practicing a personal and private faith. And so this confusion, I think, has really caused a lot of issues.